About being nervous, I'm never nervous, but I always look nervous.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I'm never. That one I know. But when I talk, people think that, so I'm saying,
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, action.
My name is Maria. That is how they call me here in Greece, but the official names are Rosemary. And Maria is a mother, a grandmother, and a very strong Christian. Maria is down to earth, and she's so easy to work with. Yeah, so that is Maria. I'm from Kenya, and was born in a small, not so small, but in a town called Kisumu. But most of my time I stayed in Nairobi, the capital city in Kenya. I came here in 2010. That is, I'm now 11 years. I started the organization in 2012, and this time when I came to Greece, before my husband used to be here for so many years, and I was back in Kenya with my children, and we made it here with my children in 2010 to come and join my husband. Unfortunately, after a few months, he passed away, leaving me with my children, and we were still so new here with so many difficulties like language barrier. And I remember I got a job as a housekeeping somewhere around Kifisia, and it was a live-out job, so I could go and come back. One day, as I was coming from my job, I passed by one train station, and I saw some of my African people, mainly young boys, sleeping outside. And during that time, it was winter time, and it was so cold. I remember it was even raining. Then it really touched me, because I thought of myself as being a bit lucky, being a widow in a foreign country, and I was still new here, but still I could afford to have a house, and I could feed my children. So I felt that I needed to do something about these African boys who are sleeping outside. So I went and talked with my boy, who was by that time 13 years old. I discussed it with him, and we decided that we are going to take these boys to our house, stay together with them, even though my house was not so big. And we did this for quite some time. And my boy was also by that time attending high school. So I remember one day he came and told me that, Mom, I've talked to our principal, and he has agreed to help these boys look for some places where they can stay, and they can also be trained. And he took 2 of the boys. They are now well off. So that is how I started it. I did it for 3 years. I was just helping the Africans. I couldn't see any Africa sleeping outside. I was like, I go pick them from the street, bring them to my house. We go to the dustbin, pick things there, like at least we could get some blankets, some clothes, come and wash them, put them there, and we were okay with it, and get the small food we could get and share together with these boys. So in 2015, I remember again, it was during winter, and the same thing happened, because I was from my job, and I passed through the same train station, which is Victoria Square, and I saw this time so many Arabs with the children outside in the cold, and some of the children did not even have shoes. Some of them did not put on well, and I was here putting on so many clothes because it was so cold. So that day I didn't take any action, I just passed and I went home. The next day when I was again coming back from work, I saw the same thing and it touched me, and I said I have to go and ask why these people are outside here. And it's raining, it's cold, why are they not staying in a shelter? So I remember I went to one family with a very young boy, around 9 years. And when I asked them, they could not speak English, but this small boy could speak little English. And then he told me that my family problem from our country, no food, no sleep, now we can, he was just talking like that. So this thing touched me, and I went back to my house and I told my son that now we are not only going to help Africans, we are going to help everybody, because now the situation is not so good. But we are not going to bring them into our house because we didn't have a room and we could not carry also so many people in our house. So I told my son that since I was working from Monday to Saturday, but Saturday I leave a bit early, we were going to cook food from my work. We cook food, we come to the square and we feed these homeless people. And that one is what we did for like 2 years. We were just working in cooking and going to give food. The food was not enough, so I had to start begging people, and my African people, like my Kenyan people who saw me doing these things, they could come to my house, donate some few food stuff, we cook together and we take it to the platia. And then there was a time when the number was just so big and we could not feed everybody. So I told my son that we are going to only feed children and the women. As we were doing this, the women came and lined up, and the children, and there was one man who also was with the women. So when the man reached in front, I asked why he was lining, and the man told me that he has a child and the child is very sick, so he has come to take for the child. I gave the man, and I don't know why my son decided to follow the man up to where the man was going. He got the man sitting down and eating. There was no child there. This really didn't go well with my son, because when he came back, he was like, "Mom, what you are doing is not good. It's like you are only favoring women and children and you don't care about men, because if it is about being hungry, even men are hungry." So I told my son, listen, I'm trying the much I can, because I cannot help everybody, and the food we have cannot be enough for men. That's why I'm doing all these things. Then my son said, "Mom, there's something which we can do. We can start a Facebook group, and then we start asking for people for help. Maybe people will come all over the world and give us some food so that we can give to everybody." That is what we started doing. Being a Christian, we are always being taught of love. That is the biggest commandment that we have, that we should have love for one another. So I wanted to extend my love to everybody, to help the whole community who are in need. And so that is how we came with the name of Love and Serve Without Boundaries. First, it started with taking Africans from the streets and putting into my house. After taking these people, we decided now to go and do the street outreach. So this is the big thing which we've been doing so far for a long time. Cooking food at the center and going out to help the homeless and those having houses but they cannot afford to get food, so they come there to eat. Later on, we decided that we need to start language school. So we also have language school where we teach English, Greek, Germany, and French sometimes, not all the time. We also have various activities like we have tailoring, where those who left their country and they had some knowledge of tailoring can come together and make things like now we make masks, we make things like African wear, we do repairs and so many things. And this is mainly done by the refugees and some of the immigrants. We also have children department, and these are kids from 1 year up to going to sometimes 7 years or 5 years, because mainly from the immigrant community, because it was so hard for me to see these women. They have kids and they come to ask for things in the center, but they cannot get a place because they don't have documents, proper documents for their kids to go to Greek school. So they don't have a place to leave their kids. So I sat them down. We have also women group from Africa. So I sat them down and I said, we are going to help each other so that you stop going from one organization to another, because we have the ability to do work. We can work and we can earn a living and support our family. So I started a small place where they can bring their children and they can go look for a job and work and then be in a position to support their children. And then we also have football team, both for boys and girls. It has been doing well until when the corona started. Now things are not going on well. So this is just to keep the youth busy so that they stop thinking of what are we going to do next, or thinking of doing some other bad things. And when we started it, we wanted only to help the youth, girls and boys. But now you find even older people are coming because they want to be physically fit. And we also have a department for women, beauty department, where we teach our girls how to do manicure, pedicure and facial, so that this can help them to get a job and support themselves. I wish I could get some help from the government, but I will say that I'm helping the government, because ever since I started the organization, most help come from the outside country and the volunteers who have visited the place, and well-wishers who are the locals, but from the government, no. If I talk about the locals, in our center, the activities have been going around, and we find some very good Greeks who are seeing what is happening. So sometimes you find they come with bags of food and leave it there to help, or clothes, used clothes. And we also have volunteers who are coming from abroad, and when they come, we find some who are willing to donate their money, or some are willing also to just give free support, advice. And we also have organizations from different countries who have found us through Facebook, or some people who have maybe they volunteered here and went back to their countries and talked about us, and now the people are willing to help. So we find help from Germany, Sweden, Spain, UK, US, and I also like to appreciate so much wives of the embassies in Greece, different embassies like American embassy. They've really been of great help to us. They've supported us even in buying of the school desks, and we have different embassies, so they also sometimes buy some things and give it to us. And also we have an organization who has been helping us so much with the babies' diapers. And this they've done for almost going to 1 year non-stop. This is Carry the Future. It is mainly based in US. They've been doing a great job because nowadays if a child does not have a pamper or diaper to use, it's like hell to the parents. And then we have this lady, very good lady called Lisa. She also has been helping us a lot with the hygiene pack. We decided to raise some funds by starting a volunteer house. When we have the volunteers from abroad, we charge them small amounts so that they can stay here, and the amount they pay, we will use this money to pay for the rent and the bills, and if there's any small amount remaining, we'll take this money to pay for our rent for the school. Our organization is mainly lacking funds, because to run an organization without enough funds is not easy. We find that so many people are willing to donate goods or items. They are willing to donate clothes. They are willing to sometimes, not all the time, donate things like food stuff. They do not know that these things, we have to do them somewhere. Like we need a place to do our activities. So in most cases, when you ask people for money, they're like, we are going to buy for you, we are not going to give you money. And you have bills to pay and you have the rent to pay. So we find that sometimes it's very difficult for us to have a place. If we don't have money, sometimes we think that we need to close the school. So that one has been a very big challenge to us. And we didn't know that the organization could be a bigger one. When I started it, I didn't have any knowledge. I just started it out of love. I just wanted to help people. And I didn't know that I could need the advisors who could even do some project management, things like that. So we also need people like this, and we can't have them because we don't have funds. Some they want to be paid, we don't have money to pay them. Sometimes I always think that people don't understand we are all the same. But we find that sometimes you come to love and serve. Maybe you are a white person, and then you have heard about love and serve, and you are really willing to go and work at love and serve. And when you come there, you find a black lady sitting down, and they tell you, this is Maria, the founder member. And then some are like, are you the founder member? No, we don't want you, we need Maria. I remember one day there were some ladies who came. I think they were referred by one organization to come to Love and Serve and get some help. We were mixed up, blacks and white people, and they came, and I was the one in the reception. And then they asked me that, we've been told to come and see Maria. And then I told them, yes, how can I help you? And they said, no, not you, we want to see Maria. And then my son was just somewhere there, and I told my son that, Brolin, they want to see Maria. Brolin was like, Maria, you are Maria? No, not you, the white Maria. So there were so many white Marias inside. So I told the white people, please, white Maria, can you come and help? They saw me like a black person cannot run an organization. So these were Arabs who wanted to be helped, and they come and find the black person, and they were like, no, the black person cannot be running organization in this country. And then with the white people also, sometimes, not all of them, but some, they see you like, I don't think there's something right, a black lady leading us. I remember when I was even going to ask for help in some organization, they saw me like the helper was going to ask is just to beg, because they always see us as beggars. I could work for the whole day and then tell them that, please, can you give me some so that I can go and share with the street people. And I remember one man one day saying that she's not going to give it, she's going to feed herself. So we are being seen like black people are just beggars. And it's not only the white people seeing black people as beggars. So you find the Africans, they know this organization called Love and Serve, and they need help. So they will come and find me, because always when you come, I'm number one to be seen. So they say, we want a social worker. Yes. Can I help you? No, we want a social worker. I say, okay, just tell me what you want, because maybe I can be in a position to want. We want a white social worker. I say, okay, I'm also a social worker. I will not tell them that I'm the founder member. They will pass me and go to a white person and ask them that, can you please help us because we've been sent. And the white people will now tell them, go to Maria. Maria is the social worker and is the founder member. So when they come, they feel ashamed that now we looked down upon her from the beginning, and now how are we going to approach them? So to be black, I don't know whether it's a sickness or what, but it has been not easy to run a business, mostly in a foreign country where people see you as just the color, not what you are capable of doing. You will find Africans will come to the center and they will be like, you only help Arabs. And then Arabs also will come like, you only help Africans, or you only help Afghanistan, or you only help Syrians. So it's very difficult. Some will want to blackmail you. They're like, you are not doing the right thing, we are going to report you. So it's really difficult sometimes to make a decision. They don't know that we are doing things according to our ability, how we can help.
So now we're going to talk about on the 22nd of September 2019 that you got awarded. How did you feel that day, and how do you feel to this moment, knowing that your hard work was recognized and you were awarded?
On 22nd of September, that is 2019, it was a very big day for me. I received a humanitarian award, which came as a very big surprise, because I did not know that there were some people who could recognize what I was doing. I thought that everything which I was just doing it to help. I didn't know that I could get an award out of it. But I thank the Connect in the city when they told me that I was going to get an award, and it was like my dream has come true, because these are the things which I've been dreaming ever since I was young. I wanted to do something to touch lives, but I didn't know that it could reach to an extent of some people saying, well done, Rosemary, what you've done is good. So this day was so important to me, and I will live to remember, and it made me somehow to be exposed to the outside world, because it was viewed by so many people. And since that time I've been receiving some calls, some people telling me that what you are doing is very good. Out of that one also I'm getting some support, sometimes financially. And the Greek people, it's like they've recognized me as this African good woman. They always call me Maria, the mother of Jesus. So even to my neighbors who saw the clip, at first they didn't like African person staying with them, but nowadays you find that they could tell me that this is Maria, the mother of Jesus. It somehow promoted me and made me to be valued like somebody. If you are thinking of starting the organization, I would say that the only person you should believe in is you. Don't think of what people are going to say, and don't listen to what they are going to say, because there are so many people who are going to discourage you. Some people will look down upon you and say that you cannot do it, but listen to your inner feelings. Have faith in you. Know that you can do it. Those people will not let you do it, but with your energy, with your positive energy, you can do it. So I will only tell people that if you have decided that you want to do something, go ahead and try it. It's better dying trying than just leave it that you cannot do it. And starting an organization, mostly like helping people, does not mean that you need a lot of money to start it. You can start with what you have. Like I started it without money, but I could donate the clothes I have, the food which was remaining, I could cook extra food and take it without any money coming from outside. So don't think that you can only help when you are rich. You can help when you are poor. And that time when you are helping, when you don't have, is when you feel that pain. And you feel that what you've given out, somebody is appreciating it. And it's going to help that person. I remember when one time, I got one lady without shoe outside, and I had my shoes on, but I knew that at least I have an extra shoe in my house. So it was cold, I could not walk without shoe, but I decided to remove my shoe and give to this lady. It pained me because reaching my house, my legs could not even walk, it was so cold, but at least I felt that I helped somebody who was really in need. So you want to help, go out and help. First I would say that sharing is caring. And the only thing we can give which is free of charge is love. And if love could be in the entire world, then we could not have been seeing all the problems we are seeing now. If we had that love, there was not going to be war. So we should give what we have most, and that is love. Love covers everything. If you give love, meaning that you cannot see somebody sleeping hungry and you have extra food in your house. You cannot see somebody walking naked and you have extra clothes in your closet. So let's try to put a smile on all the faces we see, because everybody is passing through a lot. You might find somebody walking and talking alone. That person is passing through a lot. You might also see somebody just staring, not talking, and maybe the mind is very far away. Let us just try to give somebody the smile. There's some people who have never seen even the smile for so long. And when you give that smile you have, which is free, not even being bought, you are going to put a change in somebody's life. You are going to drive some positive energy in that person's life. So love your neighbor as you love yourself, and share the love, the smile you have, because it is free, to that person, because that person really needs that smile of yours.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I want to thank you.
Okay, don't thank me.
Yes.
Okay, thank me now. So, yeah, we've reached to the end.
Yeah, so I want to thank you so much, Jessica. You've been trying all along to at least come and talk to me and let the work which I'm doing be known by many people, of which I know you've passed so many difficulties.
Yeah.
But I really thank this lady. She's a very, very good lady, and she really wants to show that what people are doing is something that it's of value, irrespective of your color, irrespective of where you come from. She believes in us, people like us. And thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sanitize.
Sanitize, of course. Yeah, excellent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.